Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I will be discussing what I would change about the first three Girl of the Year dolls. Only air quotations because they're not called Girl of the Year dolls. The first three are called American Girl of Today. But they're Girl of the Year dolls nonetheless. It's just same line, different name. And I guess the first thing I'm just going to say, well, let's start with the first girl and then move up to Marisol, I think. Yeah. So the first one was Lindsay Bergman. I like how she looks, but I can maybe see how she wouldn't have done as well compared to the historicals of the time. This line was going to be a hard sell for a lot of people who were collecting AG at the time, because he had a lot less expansive collection, so her world felt sort of small and limited. And well, she was unique for the time, I'm gonna say that. I don't think I saw any truly me's that looked like her, and none of the historicals looked like her in 2001 at all. She was very much unique for the time. But I can't say that she's anyone's favorite of even of the OG 6 or so dolls. I'm pretty sure she's most people's. Wait, she exists doll? Plus, there's some unforeseen things that happen with Kaylee's. The most I'm gonna say important defect that are common because around this time, whereas the skin yellowing defect because he was a light skinned doll. But I mean, I don't know. I want to make the early Girl of the Year line was diverse, but not quite diverse enough. And there's not really much can't really go back and change that. But we know that the skin yellowing defect only affected the lighter skinned dolls, so maybe make her slightly darker, like mid-tone skin, and she wouldn't have had the skin yellowing defect, which automatically would have made her slightly more visually appealing long term. See, also, some of them apparently are prone to having silver eye. They're on the tail end of the silver eye era, which was like, I think 1996 or 5 or 4. One of those years it started, and then to like 2005. And well, she was pretty much in the middle of the silver eye era. I like them, but I know that's definitely not normal. I don't know what would happen with the eyes because it normally like happens because of rust. But unless like the whole factory was doused in water or something, they shouldn't have their eyes rusting independently of water presence. That shouldn't be a thing. So that's a bit odd. But as far as their story goes, she's an important landmark for multiple reasons, but she's the first contemporary doll to have a story, and the first one who's Jewish. And one of the only two. It's just her and Rebecca. As far as like canon Jewish characters. They definitely could have done more though. And I'm surprised they still haven't. So I would probably I'd give her like some more culturally relevant accessories, like a Hanukkah set. That would have felt really, because they did have one for the Truly Me line, but that wasn't specifically for her. Lindsay didn't have that for herself. I think I would have given her pets. She didn't have that, and that's disappointing. Although what she does have in her collection, I'm going to say is pretty outstanding quality and really creative. Like a little metal scooter, and then a working laptop with discs, and a working pencil was cute. That on that scale, you can't sharpen it, so I wouldn't recommend. I hope people don't use it too much, because too small to sharpen safely. All the sharpeners are too big, and using a knife is too dangerous to sharpen it, but I do like that overall. I just felt like they could have incorporated more things regarding the fact that she was Jewish in her physical collection, made it just a wee bit bigger. It didn't have to be huge or anything. But other than that, I like her, actually. The freckles are cute. I love her hair. It's very cute. For the next one in the chronological timeline is Kaylee Hopkins. Kaylee Hopkins and Lindsay stuck around for 2 years, but it's not intentional from what I can tell. It's because they couldn't sell out of them fast enough. I think they were sort of planned to be a shorter run. Maybe they were. Maybe they actually wanted them to stick around for a few years. I don't know what was going through early American Girl's head. I say early because the company was just then getting to be called American Girl, not Pleasant Company. It was in that transitional phase when the company had been sold. And Kaylee was Girl of the Year from 2003 to 2004. And, well, she also has a skin yellowing defect, and she's prone to silver eye. Her hair is like a she's like another classic mold, and she doesn't have freckles or anything, and she's even pretty stock standard for that time in Pleasant Company. She wasn't very unique. I think her eyes are brown, which I do like that, because brown eyes are cute. If I'm wrong, she really doesn't have much unique at all. I like the ocean is a very important topic, so it's good that they sort of touch on that, but like her collection's a bit lackluster because I think her big ticket item is a surfboard. And I wouldn't even call that a big ticket item as far as AG goes. Even back then, they had bigger big ticket items for the historicals. It's like they could do better. I know they could. She was appearance wise pretty average, and she had both of the major defects of the era, which wasn't fantastic to be honest. But I don't know, she's cute. She's special to some people, but not many. I'm gonna say that she probably has less people who care about her than pretty much all the Girl of the Years, including like the more recent ones that people aren't completely in love with, like Kira. And bigger collection. I like that they gave her the pet. It sort of helps make her story feel a little more alive from what I've heard about it. But they could have. She needed casual clothing. She didn't have any casual clothing. But at least she had something. She had a wetsuit, which was an improvement because we all know the collection for Lindsay was very, very tiny, and it was slightly less tiny with Kaylee, which did help her a little bit, I think. The next doll is actually going to be one that I don't think needs as much improvement on physical appearance as the other two, because she's Marisa Luna, my favorite. I mean, probably my favorite out of the original bunch, I'm just gonna say it. And Marisol, her skin doesn't have the yellowing defect. From what I've heard, she rarely gets silver eye, and it's not really a common defect for her. Her, like, story seems really fun and engaging. I like that they were able to highlight specifically, like, Mexican dance culture with her. And dancer dolls over the years have had way too much slack leveled at them. The dancer dolls that I can think of off the top of my head have something culturally important about why they're dancing, for the most part, with the exception of the singular white dancer. She doesn't really have anything special at all. Marisol, she has cuter items in her collection. I'm not in love with 2005 Fasten, I will admit, but it's cute. I will say that. Everything's cute. I love her little phone. And I would add specifically a dress dedicated to the dance that's mentioned in her books that she's very immersed in and very culturally relevant. And I feel like the first two of the first three lack that really important special cultural element when I know Pleasant Company could do it at the time because they did it with other dolls. I'm 90% sure they had a Kwanzaa outfit and other outfits along those lines at that point. And Marisol, I love her cat. I own her cat. Her collection's cute. She's probably my favorite because she's the first Hispanic girl here, and I'm Hispanic, so it's really fun to see one that's a little more unique. I like that her hair is like this, not, I don't know how to describe the color. Caramel. Caramel hair. It's just sort of a unique take because a lot of them do have, the Hispanic dolls, at least nowadays, have like dark brown hair with some highlights, which is very accurate. Most of us have that, but not all of us. It's good to show a little variation on that. Some of us also have hair that's not even in the brown area, it's just straight up black, which they haven't really done with AG yet. They haven't done any black haired Hispanic characters. My hair's borderline black, so, but not quite. I can't tell if it's dark brown or black, to be honest, anymore. But Marisol's probably my favorite of the original three and has the least I would change, other than some more casual clothing. And I mean, she didn't dress casual at all. She was very 2005, I'm going to a dance competition in a sports movie. Not really casual. And something culturally relevant would have been nice. Other than that, I think that sums up my thoughts for this video. Like, subscribe, comment. Tell me, what would you change about the first three Girl of the Years? I do like that it's actually relatively diverse in its beginning years, because directly following Marisol, although we're not talking about her today, is Jess, so technically 3 of the first 4 Girl of the Years are minorities. That's kind of cool. Bye.